So guys, hard work will not make you rich. I guarantee you, they lie to us about hard work. Now, on this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why working harder won't make you rich and exactly why it's a lie. Now, stay tuned because I'm going to share with you halfway through this video exactly what will make you rich. But first things first, hard work is not the key to wealth. Hard work is not the key to your riches. It's not the key to everything you always wanted in life. Is hard work important? Hard work is important, but I'm going to share with you what's more important than just hard work. Now, let's establish something up front. First, being lazy will make you poor. Let's just tell the truth about being lazy, okay? If you don't work or you refuse to work, then your chances of being poor are greatly increased. Your chances of ever becoming rich are greatly decreased if you're lazy. Now that is the absolute truth. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it, guys. You have to work to eat. You have to work to survive. And you have to work to get what you want. So you cannot be lazy, period. I just want to establish that up front because it's flat out foolish, guys, to think that you can be lazy and get rich, or you can be lazy and not be poor, because laziness leads to poverty. But here's the flip side. The flip side of that foolishness is that thinking all it takes to be rich is just to work hard. That's also foolish. Getting wealth and getting rich is much, much deeper than working hard. You can never work hard enough, guys, to become rich. You can never put in enough hours on the job to become wealthy, because hard work is not what makes people rich. Hard work is not what makes people wealthy. That's a lie from the people who own stuff. The people, the haves, the ones that have the most stuff, they control the narrative that if you just work hard, you'll have what I have. That's not true. Let me let you guys in on a little secret. The top 1% of people in America represent 26% of the wealth in America. And here's the kicker. The top 10% of Americans with money, they own almost 80% of the wealth in America. The top 10% own about 80% of the wealth in America. So the majority of the wealth in America is tied up in the top 10%, the people that have the most money. And trust me, the top 10% of Americans in terms of wealth, they're not the hardest workers in America. Trust me on that. They really aren't. The hardest workers in America are the ones that don't own the 80% of all the wealth. Now, why is that so? I thought if you work hard, then you own the most. Or you work hard, you become the richest. You work hard, you become the wealthiest. That's not how it works in America. That's what they say, but it's not true. And this gap between the haves and the have-nots, that gap is widening every single day. And it's not because the have-nots are not working hard. It's not because the have-nots are not putting in 70 and 80 and 90 hours a week at their jobs. It's not because they're not putting in the work that the gap is widening, right? The gap is not widening because they're not putting in the work. So again, the notion of working hard to gain wealth and riches is the narrative that's fed by the people that have the most, right? It's the owners of the planet. And the reason the haves feed the narrative to the have-nots, it's a very, very clear reason, right? The haves, they tell the have-nots to work harder. Just work harder. If you work hard, you can become wealthy and rich too. And guess what? If the top, say 10% in America, if they tell the narrative that if you work hard, you'll have more to the have-nots, then that means the production of the have-nots is going to increase. It's going to go up because they're going to be working harder, because they think that hard work is going to make them wealthy and rich. But that's why the narrative is given. It's to make sure that the have-nots continue to work hard to produce for the haves, right? Because if you have the belief that hard work is what you're supposed to do, and you have to go out and work hard in order to build your wealth and riches, then you're going to work hard, and you're going to have that belief, and you're going to go in there with that hard work ethic, and you're going to put in 80 and 90 hours. All you're doing is making the people that own everything wealthier, richer, because they fed you a narrative. You believe the narrative of hard work will make me rich and wealthy, and then you go and you work harder. And it doesn't put money in your pocket. It puts money in the people that own things. It puts money in their pocket. That is the game. That is what the haves tell the have-nots to keep those have-nots producing at a high level. I mean, just think about it, guys. Think about slavery in America. Nobody can work harder than a slave, sun up to sundown. If you go back and you read some of those narratives from the 1920s and 30s where they traveled down south and they talked to former slaves who were in their 80s and 90s in the 1920s and 30s, when they talk about how hard they worked on a plantation or on a farm, they worked hard. Nobody worked harder than a slave. Whether it was tobacco, cotton, you name it, they worked hard. Now, fast forward a little bit to the industrial age, right? 1860s, 1870s, early 1900s, where people worked factories and you had children in the factories working. Kids 12 years old working 12 hours a day. Men and women working 14, 16 hours a day in the factories, working hard, right? Whether it was the factories or the coal mines or laying the railroad track all across America, whatever it was, people were working very, very hard, right? Nobody worked harder than those people. All of America was built off hard-working people who work the hardest, who sweat. They aren't the most wealthiest, and they aren't headed to riches and wealth because of their hard work. Now listen, guys, I'm not discouraging hard work. I'm not telling you hard work is bad. I'm just telling you, let's not believe the narrative that just because you work hard or working hard is going to make you rich or make you wealthy, because it won't. There's more to it. Now, I promised you at the beginning of this video that halfway through, I was going to explain to you what will make you rich, what can make you wealthy. That's different from the game that we all were told and we all were sold. Well, here are some things that will make you rich and will make you wealthy in America. It's not working harder, guys. It's working smarter. It's by creating a smart plan for your life, a strategy for where you want to be with money, with finances, with financial freedom, to not be poor. Hey, listen, forget about the plan to be rich. Make a plan to not be poor. Strategize a plan to make sure that you're no longer in poverty. Now, there's many other things you can do besides a plan. That's just one. You can also strategize ways to be innovative with what you're doing. In other words, taking a system or a thing and changing it slightly to be better. When you look around and you see something, think about how you can improve whatever you see. Think about how you can make it better. Or simply take what you do, what you've been doing for 5 or 10 or 20 years, and innovate it by making some modifications, making some changes, creating something a little bit different from a product, changing it, tweaking it just a little bit, and making it better, improving its performance, and then strategizing on how to take that improvement to the market, to sell it, to give it away at first and then to sell it later, or to make that improvement or modification usable by as many people as possible. Those are the types of things that can make you wealthy and make you rich, right? And finding new ways to be efficient with an old process. In other words, taking a 10-step process and making it a 3-step process by cutting out all the middle people and making it simpler, simplifying a process. That can make you rich. Finding new ways to streamline processes. That can make you rich, right? Making a system and a plan that's new, that's efficient, that helps as many people as possible. That can make you rich. In your own personal financial life, developing your own plan to build your wealth. And like I said before, a plan to not be poor. And then following that plan, tweaking the plan slightly as you go along, being consistent and disciplined with your behaviors that will lead to actually achieving whatever you strategize or you've planned, right? Continue learning, being consistent over a long stretch of time, strategizing your life, increasing your value to the market, right? Make yourself more valuable to whatever market. That will make you rich. Or simply increasing your skills to higher paying skills. That will make you wealthy. When I say higher paying skills, I mean maybe you work at McDonald's right now. If you work at McDonald's, maybe you need to become a chef. Maybe you need to become one of the best mechanics in your area, in your state. Maybe you want to become an engineer or some type of doctor, whatever it may be. Higher paying skills, but you got to have a strategy and a plan to get there. Those things can help make you wealthy. And simply changing what you believe about money by taking in new information, meeting new people that are going to expand your horizons and give you new information, right? Along with living below your means, paying off your debts. reducing your liabilities, increasing your assets, right? And investing your money, strategically investing in the stock market, strategically investing in real estate. All of those types of things will make you rich and build your wealth. Now notice something, guys. All the things I mentioned about how you can become rich and how you can become wealthy had nothing to do with working hard. Nothing to do with putting in 80, 90 hours a week at the job. Again, hard work is important, but it takes a whole lot more than just hard work. It takes a whole different strategy and plan to get rich or get wealthy than just working hard. That ain't enough. All the things that you need to build wealth and become rich in America are about working smarter, not harder. That's the secret that the 1% and the top 10% of owners who control most of the wealth in America don't really tell the have-nots. They just tell them, just work harder. But again, it's not just about working harder. That is a lie. And now you know it. Hey, if you got anything at all out of this video, do me a favor, smash the like button, share the video with someone you think could use this information, and also drop me a comment below. Let me know what you think about the lie that we were all told and that we all got bamboozled by about just work hard. And just working harder is going to make you wealthy and rich. What's your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. And check out a few of these videos for more on building real wealth. Hey, the best person to take care of the old you is the young you. Do me a favor, guys. Take care of yourself and always take care of other people. Until the next video, peace.